Yeah. You know, I have seen the video. Thank you for asking. I have seen the video of Stephen Hawking seeing the McTwist. I was in bed and my wife tapped me on the shoulder and then showed me her phone screen, and it was Stephen Hawking at the X Games. And I watched it and I said, haha. And then I said, is that real? It was kind of funny. Sure, I'll give you that. It was kind of funny. Did you see Tyra Banks hot ice cream in Australia? I did not see Tyra Banks hot ice cream in Australia. You know, you're not going to believe me, okay? But like, I'm so offline. Malv will vouch for this. We have a normie friend who asked me today about Twitch drama. He was like, what's your opinion on this Twitch drama? And I said, I assure you, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then he linked me a thread, and I went, huh. So step one, I went, huh? And step two, I went, why are you a vice president at a chemical engineering firm reading live stream fails? I was like, you don't even play video games. You don't watch streams. You just happen to be friends with somebody who's a streamer. Why are you on live stream fails? I don't know. He loves live stream fails, man. I can't be mad at him. I understand the human desire. It was a link to my live stream fails post about getting clowned on for having snail mail. But I'm telling you, it's just, you might support unions. Are you a bad enough dude to also forego getting a paycheck until the Canada Post strike is over? I don't think so. Rules for thee, but not for me. I see how it is. I don't know what this is. So, like, this looks like it takes place in... Wait, is this the last motherfucking duel, bro? I do know what it is. That's like one of my favorite movies of the 2020s, bro. I love The Last Duel. At first, can I be honest with you? This seems like a crazy guess, but actually that was the other one I was thinking. I was like, maybe this is like post-apocalyptic and like the zombies are closing in on the last soccer field in France. I've seen World War Z. It's been a while, but yeah, it's kind of crazy. No, most of those guesses make a little bit of sense. Sell me on it? I would just sell you on it by saying it's really good. I mean, I don't have like an equity share in The Last Duel. Also, it came out like 4 years ago. It's just a good movie. There's something about Mary. I would put them both at 4.5, to be honest. I would put them both at 4.5. Does it have a sword? It has many swords. Yeah. It has many swords. Why 7.3 on IMDb? 7.3 is pretty good, bro. It probably would have been 8 if one of the characters was Batman or whatever. So, like, they got lances, too. What's crazy is that, like, right now, this is like 80% of the action in the movie is like these two scenes right here. Most of the movie is more like this. I'm not getting ready to hit her. I'm putting my fists up to defend myself against the machinations of this lady who's trying to manipulate the court in such a way as to make sure that she gets a bunch of landed holdings. I'm defending myself from you. Also, Ben Affleck's in it, and he's got a really funny haircut. But he's good. He's good in the movie. Also, Adam Driver's in it. And then, I forget her name, Jodie Comer, is that right? She's got the hair for it to be named Comer. Yeah. And Matt Damon does look funny. He looks like an extra from... You know what? Ridley Scott must have gotten everybody's haircut at the same place for his work in the early 2020s. Like, Raised by Wolves, everybody's got this fucking look as well. Everybody does look like Theo Von. He got a special bulk discount on gift certificates at Theo Von's barbershop. Yeah. Oh man, that's really good. That is really good. Great movie though. Yeah, that blew my mind. So I don't follow the UFC, okay? But I saw that a dude who looks like this was fighting a dude who doesn't look like that. And I was like, rip dude who doesn't look like this. This is his last day on planet Earth. They're going to rip his head off in the octagon. And then the dude who looked like this lost. He lost the fight looking like this. That's crazy. Mogd, I fear. I don't watch the UFC. Honestly, it's a little too violent for me. Bill Callahan was the coach of what AFC franchise that went to the Super Bowl in the 2000s? Who went to the Super Bowl in the 2000s from the AFC? The Broncos. Maybe not. Wait for it, the Colts. But Tony Dungy was the coach. The Steelers. Who was the coach of the Steelers before? It was Bill Cowher was the coach before Mike Tomlin, right? Could be Bill Callahan. AFC. Let me think about this. Obviously, the Patriots went to a few. The Raiders, I think it's possible the Raiders could have been coached by Bill Callahan. Oh, shit. Raiders versus Buccaneers, I remember. I was like, you'd be stupid to bet against Rich Gannon. Well, this Diamondbacks infielder led the NL in triples in 2000. I should know this. It's not Suarez, y'all. I can see the A with the crocodile teeth on the one side. Jeff Bagwell, maybe, or was he on the Houston Astros? Anyone know who that is? Who was it? Tony Womack? I have no idea. Zach LaVine is currently on what West Conference team? That seems like the easiest question of all time, and I have no idea, man. Zach Levine or Levine, I don't know. He's on a Western Conference team. Let's say that he is on the Utah Jazz. He's on Sacramento Kings. All right. What's the most populated U.S. state that borders Iowa? Illinois would be my guess. That's Mark Wahlberg. It kind of just looks like Mark Wahlberg. It's Mark Wahlberg and Blake Lively? I'm getting enough Lively to say this might be Blake. Fuck. Mila Kunis? I don't think it's Mila Kunis. Brie Larson? Yep, Brie Larson. You're right, Brie Larson, 100%. Haunted Habanero, currently offered by Buffalo Wild Wings. Nope, it's the other one. Director of Weapons and Barbarians, Zach Kreger was a creator on The Whitest Kids You Know. Cynthia, Jesus died for our Cynthias, and my name is Jeff are quotes from this 2014 film. And we finally get Barstool gets to weigh in. You thought it was 21 Jump Street. It's 22 Jump Street. My heart rate didn't even get raised. It's 22 Jump Street, man. You don't know what you're talking about. Your memory, it's crazy because in my head, you're all like 21 years old and your memory is worse than mine. That does not bode well for you for the future. Try not to think about that every night. The Emancipation of Mimi, yeah, that's Mariah Carey. Nice try. Nice try, guys. Yeah, but you're a savant. I'm literally neurotypical. I'd like to view the correct answers, please. Tony Womack, Brie Larson, Wingstop. Prove it by walking on stream. Correlation doesn't equal causation. You should know that. You had the third highest mark in Stats 101 in the 11th grade. I have been seeing a lot of people walking on their toes though, and I'll tell you, there's there's degrees of toe walking out there. There's times where even I will see someone walking on their toes and go, "Come on, buddy, what are you doing?" But there's times where I see someone and they just got like they got a sneaky little Swedish lilt to it, you know? When someone is 1% more neurotypical than me? Yeah, exactly. That's me when I'm at fucking trivia and some middle-aged dude playing Civilization 5 on his iPad just keeps shouting out the correct answers. And I'm like, fuck, I didn't know that one. And he's probably better at Civilization 5 than me. This is so fucking unfair. Pissing me off. I mean, he's not over that guy. The guy was pissing me off, man. And he was on the Disney cruise. Probably on another one right now. Cream, pearl, eggshell, oyster. What are shades of off-white? Not even close. Okay. Select, elite, best. Interesting. What types of rock? Garage rock, arena rock, alternative rock, Moon River rock, classic rock. Okay, types of rock. Rock music subgenres. Elite, cream, best, select. These are premium cuts. The finest. Nail gloss. Wait, okay. Gloss, matte, pearl, and eggshell. I feel like these are types of like finishes. Paint finishes. Okay. River, oyster, flower, and nail. River, oyster, flower, and nail. I don't know, man. I don't know this. Types of beds. You're so real for that. Oyster bed, kind of crazy, though. Oyster bed? You don't know oyster bed? Jockey? Just couldn't think of anything to say. What has more monthly searches, Barack Obama or Sailor Moon? I'm going to say Barack Obama. Mogged. No offense, Sailor Moon. Google or Barack Obama? I think it's Google, honest. Google has 500 million monthly searches. That seems crazy. That's going to be more than weed. I don't believe weed is searched 1 million times. I believe it's searched like 15 million times. Chrome extension. Chrome extension is 500,000? Are you trolling? More monthly streams. Every time I see a picture of Little Mix, there's one less member. This has to be emblematic of a toxic workplace culture. They've got a problem in the locker room. I swear, Little Mix used to be 5 people, and now it's only 3 people. An even littler Mix, Benny Safdie. I still think it's Madonna. You're thinking of Fifth Harmony? Whatever. Is this the guy who met you in the summer, Calvin Harris? I don't know who Roddy Ricch is. I'm going to go with Calvin Harris. Apparently Roddy Ricch, pretty popular, man. Denzel, this is one where like Chad has gaslit me into thinking, I don't know any songs by either of them. Chad has gaslit me into thinking Denzel Curry is insanely popular, but he's only popular with the Twitch demographic. Whereas I feel like maybe Roddy Ricch has more mainstream crossover potential. Confirmed. Machine Gun Kelly? Nah, man. Listen, the chain is pissing me off. I still think it's Machine Gun Kelly, though. Doesn't he do that one? I hurt myself sometimes. Is that too scary for you? Doja Cat, very popular. Doja Cat's in all these dolls now. Kendrick Lamar's got to be up there. Not by much. Not by much. Eddie Murphy's got one banger. but Kendrick Lamar won the beef, as we know. It has to be you, and I know it has to be you because you do the rapping part on Every Single Person Is My Enemy, which probably has 20.5 million views just from itself. Now, this is one where I could easily get myself in trouble. Because I don't know either of you, but you have the vibe of someone who has 250,000 monthly streams, but if you're like Swedish, you might have like 50 million, but I'm still going here. Okay, we take those. I won today. I mean, this is tough. I'm going to go with Totoro, but obviously they're both very, very well liked. Scream 1, Totoro clears. Scream, okay, this one's really tough. No Way Home was very well liked upon release, but has aged very poorly for being at the tail end of the I remember that culture of cinema. Very, like, when it came out, it was like, oh my God, they're bringing back the classic Spider-Man. But like a year after it came out, everybody was like, this movie is like reference the movie. So I think it'll be in the 7s, but I'm going to give it to Scream 1 on Legacy. Oh my God, it's an 8.2. It's an 8.2. It's higher than the Hein. It's higher than My Neighbor Totoro, man. You're too online? No. I actually think the problem is that I'm too offline now. If I was more online, I would probably hit the page for IMDb's ratings of Spider-Man like once a week. I would keep that shit in the cache. Toby is why? Yeah, but like Tobey Maguire's in lots of bad movies, man. You ever see Baz Luhrmann's The Great Gatsby? You ever see Spider-Man 3? Powerade sports drink variety. 24 20-ounce bottles. I feel like this is going to, I mean, at a convenience store, those would be $3 each, $3.50. At Costco, I bet you're getting them. It seems crazy that you could get them for $1 each. I got to go with $24.99 and just go slightly over $1. Oh my God, Powerade is so cheap, man. What? $11.99? $11.49? It's literally just flavored water. Yeah, that you're describing every fucking drink, you moron. Every drink is like 98% water. Now do fucking champagne, bro. That shit is like 8% alcohol, 92% water with a little bit of grape juice in it. Olive oil, I bet on a chemical level, that shit is still 50% plus water. The other thing that pisses me off is people, they don't understand the economics aspect of it. Oil is not water. You believe that? Has anyone ever done studies on this? You don't understand economics. Part of the price is the input cost of the ingredients that go into it. A large chunk of the price for something like Powerade, even larger, is how many motherfuckers want to drink it, even though they're not even exercising. So that's why I thought that the Powerade would be like basically 2.5 times more expensive than it actually is because of the demand, bro. If the shit was priced exclusively based on the input costs, like everything would be like 80% cheaper. Everything except gold anyway. Most is the cost of moving it around. Bro, there's water everywhere. They should just ship the flavoring and... Wait a minute. Don't pretend you didn't hear that. I got an idea. What about body armor? Tastes bad, I'm afraid. Powerade also does not taste very... I'm sorry, Gatorade clears. But people should not be drinking as much as they are. Body armor is so good. Are you Connor McDavid? Connor, you just signed. You can drop the body armor sponsorship, Connor. You just signed a $25 million 2-year contract. You're like a Twitch streamer in 2021. You're free. They can't shackle you anymore. You can drop your sponsors, bro. Brunei? Wow! Indonesia? Indonesia's warmer? What the fuck? Philippines? Damn! I'm kind of goated today, man. Connor McDavid is making less per year than Ian Mahimni on the Wizards. Okay. Does Ian Mahimni play in Edmonton? Does he play ice hockey in Edmonton, or does he play basketball in the United States of America, bro? This is an apples to oranges comparison. They don't have a response for that. They don't have a response for that. McDavid took a team-friendly deal? Yeah, in the NHL, bro. To be fair, the U.S. currency is much more unstable. Get me out of Twitch chat, man. They're posting half-brained economic takes. I can't. Bro's trying to tell me after 1 year of the Dixie being volatile, he's trying to tell me the world's reserve currency is unstable. Okay, man. What are you talking about? Yeah, you brought it up. I didn't bring up shit about like global foreign exchange, bro. What the hell are you talking about? Politics brain? Dude, in my life, the Canadian dollar to the US dollar has gone from like 0.9 to 1.37. You're going to tell me that, oh, the S&P 500's up 16% this year, but the Dixie's down 11%. Shit's fucked up. What the hell are you Stop listening to podcasts. Look at the sun. Not at the sun. Look, feel the rain on your skin, chatter, is what I'm trying to say, okay? No one else can feel it for you. Don't look at the sun. That's a different thing. Wait, it's not an eclipse. You can look at the sun if it's not an eclipse, right? It's the eclipse that's the problem. The hell is this, man? Hear me out here. This looks like a side profile of Joy from Inside Out if Rare made an N64 game about the Pixar movie Inside Out. This is Joy's brow, nose, and then she's kind of got sadness's chin. I'll give you that. But then this is definitely Joy's haircut. This is a Rareware N64 Inside Out game. I have no idea what you are, by the way, except to say maybe you're Saudi Arabia? South of Saudi Arabia. Are you Morit? No, wait, what's the one I always forget? Tanzania? Ooh, Lesotho? Ah, shit. Zimbabwe? Is it the one I always forget? And then I say Mauritania, and Mauritania is in like northwestern Africa. You're northeast of Lesotho. Northeast of Lesotho. I don't know what the hell's going on. Are you Mozambique? Are you Botswana? Eswatini. Not one of the many. One of the many that I forget. One of the many I forget. Yeah. Fair enough. That's Timmy from the Fairly Odd Parents. I'm sorry, that show came out in between the period of when I was a kid versus when I had a kid. So I don't know. It's like if a show for kids came out between my childhood and when I had a child, then I don't know much about it, to be honest with you. But that doesn't make you evil. That's a 20-year gap. Yeah, and we're still like among the youngest parents with kids at our daughter's school, which is really crazy. But like that gap, the delta's growing every year, man. You fucking with chowder? I'm temporarily in a soup hiatus, and I'll tell you why. My parents were staying with us for like 2.5 weeks or something like that. And my mom she's a big meal prepper. So she would be like, okay, on Monday, she would make a big pint of chili, okay? I'm not talking about the food, I'm talking about the show. Well, I'm talking about the fucking food, okay? So she would make a big pot of chili on Monday. And then she'd be like, let's have chili for dinner tonight. So we would eat the chili, and I would say thank you for the food because it was nice of her to cook for us. And then on Tuesday, she'd be like, well, we can't have the chili. We had chili last night. I'll make a big pot of like chicken noodle soup. Let's have that for dinner. So then on Tuesday, we're having chicken noodle soup. And then in my fridge, she's like, every time we finish the soup, she's like, there's an extra bowl. So she puts it in the fridge for lunch. So now Monday for dinner, I'm having chili. Tuesday for lunch, I'm having chili. Tuesday night, I'm having chicken noodle soup for dinner. Wednesday for lunch, I'm having chicken noodle soup for lunch. And then I'm having leftover chili for dinner. And then the next day I'm having leftover chili for lunch, and I'm having leftover chicken noodle soup for dinner. And then she's like, and there was a little bit extra, so I put it in the freezer. So now I got this freezer debt where I've got like 18 soups in the freezer, but like 9 out of my last 10 meals aggregated over the course of like a month have all been soup, bro. I need more solid. I've eaten too much liquid food. I need more solid food lately. That's why I think that my mom cooking so much soup actually caused me to give myself a slight gluten intolerance, because she was feeding me so much liquid that I then had to be like, I've got to eat the most solid food of all time, bread. So I started eating a fuckload of bread, and then my tummy was like, hey, fuck you, have some diarrhea. So I think I gave myself a gluten intolerance from eating so much soup that I had to eat more bread. So I'm eating rocks. I'm gonna eat I'm gonna eat Nutriloaf, and I'm gonna eat hardtack for the next month. How did we get here? Letting the days go by, man. I don't know what came out last year. I do know that this has to be Deadpool because it made so much money. And then a Fox movie at 88 million, starring Kaylee Spaney. This is Alien Romulus. Maybe I was alive, because you know what? We're talking about the cultural dead zone again. 2013 to like 2019, I wasn't paying that much attention to the media landscape. But ever since I started watching sports again, which happened maybe like 6 months before this, when Michael Penix Jr. lost in the college football championship, I started to see trailers again. Universal had a $258 million movie. I have to believe that this could be the newest Jurassic World, which was this one. Genre, action thriller. Daisy Edgar Jones. I should know this. And Glenn Powell. Oh, it's Twisters. Here comes the Twisters. I didn't know Twisters made that much money. Good for them, even though I don't think the movie's that good. Showbiz Direct, starring, yeah, okay, this is the Reagan movie. Trust but verify. And Sony Pictures, starring Blake Lively. It ends with us. It ends with us. Actually, we were 85th percentile. People were not paying attention, man. People were not paying attention at all last summer. Crazy. Sucks to suck anyway. 85% of all 4 players. You're the only one watching Reagan flicks, dog. I haven't seen that fucking movie. The only Dennis Quaid movie I'd see is, well, you know what? Inner Space is pretty cool. Inner Spaces with Martin Short, that's a pretty good movie. But also the substance. He's the goat of eating shrimp disgustingly. This is the same shit. When did you guys, you hate George W. Bush, right? One in chat of you hate George W. Bush. Why are you digesting and regurgitating his anti-intellectualism? You can be aware of something without endorsing it, bro. I'm aware of like lots of bad shit that I don't think is cool. You don't have blinders on. Now watch this drive. Mask of Zorro to the Beekeeper. Yeah, okay. It's easy. Mask of Zorro, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Intolerable Cruelty, George Clooney, Burn After Reading, Frances McDormand, Nomadland. And now we're going David Strathairn, and we have to find a way to get to Jason Statham. Is that Rachel Weisz? Rachel Weisz, Jason Statham. Rachel Weisz, The Mummy, Jason Statham, Oded Fair. Give me okay, Whistleblower, Rachel Weisz, Monica Bellucci, Jason Statham. There might be something there. This is just the damn Game of Thrones cast, man. Rachel Weisz, Jason Statham. Having a hard time stitching together Jason Statham. I also forgot how to say his name. We got the Colin Farrell connection again. Surely someone involved with this cursed production is in a Jason Statham movie, like Tony Cox from Bad Santa 2. Mike Starr from Dumb and Dumber. Still dumb after all these years. Jason Statham. See what Jason Statham's involved in, man. Forgot Cam Neely's in this as Seabass. Why is Cam Neely giving Broken Lizard vibes here? Am I the only person who's seeing this? You miss Swanky? Fuck. You don't see. I'm gonna go back. You don't see Cam Neely giving Broken Lizard vibes here? He's given Broken Lizard here. I get it. I see it 100%. I forgot we have real cinephiles here. Okay, so we got to go back. We got to go back. And we could simply retrace our steps, but where's the fun in that? Give me a Kick-Ass 2. Chloe Grace Moretz was in a movie poster that we saw, November Criminals, with David Strathairn, who's in Nomadland. No, this is huge! We invented a new technique because now we can get to Nomadland via Strathairn and exit via Francis, which could be the little cul-de-sac, the swanky cul-de-sac. You exit through Strathairn, go to Moretz, go back to Strathairn, go back to Swanky, go back to McDormand. Okay, Nomadland, you got to swank it up. Nomadland, McDormand. And then we're trying to get to Jason Statham. Jason Statham. That's easy, bro. That's literally easy. You'd probably start with a movie called Women Talking. Sounds like Jason Statham could have been involved in this. They're calling it the most British movie ever made. Maybe we'll go to Hamnet. Oh, they don't have Hamnet yet. Okay, sorry. I thought you knew Kino Cinema. Women Talking, men, make up your mind, Jesse Buckley. You know what I'm talking about? Nobody's in this one. Wait. Okay, you are from Ex Machina and Civil War and Men and every movie that Alex Garland has ever done, apparently. This looks British. That's a British font. Jason Statham could just be in this. Not famous enough. Clearly British, though, because it has the dude from The Mummy in it. And then we're going to go with... I think we got to go with The Mummy Returns. And then we're going to take a look at movies that... Is Oded Fair dead? Why is his picture in black and white? Shout out to Anoxuna Moon, by the way. We carve our own path here. He lives. Why you can't have a black and white photo on IMDb if you're alive? You're gonna trick people. It's always so sad when you go to the cast of a movie and then the the headshot that you have on IMDb is from the movie. Or maybe it's good. Dwayne Johnson, Dwayne Johnson, A Fast and the Furious, and then Jason Statham is in The Fast and the Furious. Confirmed. Beekeeper. We don't even need to see this. Antonio Banderas, The House of the Spirits, Jeremy's Iron. Okay, whatever. We invented the swanky loop. That's all that matters. We invented the swanky loop. That's important. Puck Doku, y'all. Let's see. Calgary Flames, 10 plus wins in his goalie career. Maybe you've heard of the fella. His name's Mike Vernon. He wore the CCM player helmet. Minnesota Wild, 10 plus wins in his goalie career. What about Manny Fernandez is who I'm thinking of. What about Manny Fernandez, 94 to 09? That's Manny Fernandez right there. 10 plus wins in his goalie career for the Canadiens. That's a tough one, man. That's only all of them. Let me think of some Montreal Canadiens backup goalies. I mean, he was a starter, but maybe people aren't fucking with Jocelyn Thibault. Cristobal Huet would have been good. David Abisher. Oh, Peter Budaj. Peter Budaj would have been big on that one. He is giving the Mr. Beast smile. Okay. Blues and Canadians. Can't you hear me, Eller? You're putting me through heller. Heller. Medea mentioned. Al McInnes, please, for Flames and Blues. Wild and Blues, nobody cares. Capitals and Canadians, Carl Alsner. That's a streamer. That is a streamer, man. Capitals and the Calgary Flames, nobody cares. if I don't know it, nobody cares. It says, I'm done. Get me out of here. We got the staircase. That's all that matters. That owl from the staircase be like, maybe. Who? You don't know the staircase? Staircase pretty. If you've ever seen a 10-episode Netflix true crime documentary and you haven't seen the staircase, I want you treating yourself like Paul Bettany treated himself in the first Da Vinci Code. This is satire, by the way. He's spitting. How was that? I think he hits himself on the back with a wet towel or something. He goes, ouch! Mark Wahlberg, one-word title, Shooter. It's about Shooter McGavin. 95 to 2015, Mark Wahlberg. Lots of stuff in here. Lots of stuff. People might forget that the fellow was in Date Night because they might not remember that Date Night existed. Mark Wahlberg with a character name in the title. So obviously Ted is in here. There's got to be some other stuff in here. Let me think about this for a second. Tony Collette, character name in the title. Tony Collette, Mafia Mommy. Characters who are unnamed but go by a moniker would count. Do they call her the Mafia Mommy in that? I don't know. 95, 2015, Ben Affleck. We go reindeer games. That's a given. Character name and title, director, actor, Ben Affleck. Character name and a title. What about Daredevil? And then Ben Affleck, one-word title. Argo is the easy one because people remember it fondly. You could do Air. You could do Geely. You could do The Accountants. He's been in he could do Dogma, maybe Dogma. I don't know. I almost feel like Geely might be less well known than Dogma among the people who play this game. That seems more right to me. You had to be here. This summer was a movie. That's all I'm going to say. Toni Collette. So she's in Hereditary. She's in Little Miss Sunshine. She's in Muriel's Wedding. Is this right? I used to play this in movie to movie. I used to play it in movie to movie all the time, man. That's huge. That's huge. What else is Toni Collette? She's in okay, Mickey 17, but Mickey 17 is not a one-word title, but the character name, but that probably is the other 57. That's probably the other 57, bro. Okay, oh fuck. Little Miss Sunshine. It's just it deserves its flowers. That's just a great movie. Mark Wahlberg character name in the motherfucking title. Don't make me play Ted, man. Don't make me play Ted. There's gotta be more. I'm having a hard time thinking about movies that Mark Wahlberg has done. He's just a fundamentally like unserious person. There's like Boogie Nights, The Other Guys, Three Kings, Ted and Ted 2, Shooter. That new one that Amazon's trying to get you to watch, even though I don't think Mark Wahlberg or Lakeith Stanfield give a shit about it at all. I don't even know what it's called. It's called some boomer name like The Bust Up or something. Like, I'm playing Ted 2, bro. It's got to be done. Ted 2 was the number one answer. Hey, it's Esther Blueberger. My bad, y'all. Muriel's Wedding was number one too. I don't know what else I would have played though. Damn, Greg Kinnear and Toni Collette were doing a lot of movies together in the mid-2000s. That looks good. Why is Russell Crowe so de-aged, man? They hit him with the de-aging filter and turned him into Sebastian Stan from The Apprentice. Ben Affleck, Joseph King of Dreams. Crazy. Smooth Russell. It's Smooth Russell time. Wait, spell check. We're supposed to be on spell check. That's right.
A town. A noun meaning a compactly settled area, usually larger than...
Town. Another good Ben Affleck movie, to be honest.
Indigo. A noun meaning a...
Bookstore.
Disease. A noun meaning...
Kevin, you're such a disease.
Islet. A noun meaning a small hole designed...
Am I stupid? I thought it was AGLET. It's the small hole on your shoes that you put the lace through.
Pigsty, a noun meaning pigpen. Pigsty.
I'm not letting her get through it twice. That's the tip of the shoelace. Oh.
Novice. A noun meaning a person.
She's trolling.
Iambic. A noun meaning vegetation. A noun meaning plant. Epilepsy. A noun meaning any of...
I'm gonna get over the aura loss by typing fast.
Extremely. An adverb meaning in an
Done. Okay. Wait, the combination, someone needs to make a combination spell check plus typing speed measurer. And your score is a composite of how correctly you spell the words times how fast you type them.
Oubliette. A noun meaning a dungeon.
Time?
Gannet. A noun meaning any of a gene.
Whatever.
Ochlocracy. A noun meaning government by the mob. Mob rule.
Fuck you.
Singapore. Sanguine.
That one was quick. That one was real quick. Ochlocracy. I made it like Scottish at the end. Gannet. An ochlocracy is your worst nightmare? It should be your worst nightmare too. But the thing is, you're just not smart enough to ever envision that you'll be anything but a member of the fucking mob. You could just as easily be a target of the mob. Not La Cosa Nostra, they live by rules. I'm talking about like society, bro. That's chaotic. I would be a made man so quick. You're not performing a hit. You literally order your hamburger without tomatoes on it at the restaurant. You're like, yeah, I think I'd survive in the mob. The fuck are you talking about? They're Italian American. Everything has tomatoes in it. Your ass is done, man. You don't stand a chance. It's a ridiculous assertion that you would rise through the ranks of the mob. It's fundamentally disingenuous, man. It is crazy that Italy used to not have tomatoes. They were literally just cooking the pasta and then being like, I guess we're done. It's sad to think about how many centuries Italians were like, oh, pasta again? Oh, no. Oh, it's so bad. They didn't know, man. They didn't know. They were so close. They were just missing one ingredient. Platinum pudding or balocum. Sweet treat. I'm going to go. This looks really nice. I'm going to go with platinum pudding. I don't know about this one, man. Raw potatoes combined with mashed potatoes form a dough. Yeah, I would eat that. I would eat that for sure. It does look a little unappetizing. Whereas I think this looks more appetizing. So I'm going to, okay, that was really, I'll live with that. I'll live with it. Buddha jumps over the wall. Abalone, shark fin, sea cucumber, dried scallops, chicken, jinhua ham, pork, bamboo shoots. And I gotta go. What's bigos? Diced bacon with onions, carrots, and garlic. We're gonna go with bigos on that one. Chucaras. Looks pretty good, man. Or ravitoto. Cassava. It's cassava and pork. Seems good. I got to go with this, though. Arsenic versus Victoria sponge cake. I feel like the sponge cake's going to clear. Arsenic is literally poison. I've had a banh mi. I've never had a banh ri. Crispy treat made from sweet potatoes or cassava. Or lamb from Turkey. What is this? British Thanksgiving? Give me that. Okinawa soba versus panzanella. God, panzanella is pretty fucking good, man. But it's hard to people love soba. I'll go with soba. People love noodles for sure. Is this the maggot cheese? Is this the cheese that they put the bugs in? Polarizing reactions. Cheese, maggot larva, and salt. Versus spaghetti and barbecue sauce. Can I say something? That a 36.4 for spaghetti and barbecue sauce is kind of pissing me off. Because I feel like that would still be pretty good. Even though I get what it is. That's not what spaghetti's made with. But I still feel like it would be pretty good, man. That's kind of like what a ragu is. It's just a more tomatoey barbecue sauce. Achoo, cow skin and tripe, or laho, spongy flatbread. I'll take the laho. Gulab jamun is just insanely good. I don't even have to look at what the other thing is, sorry to say. We mog again. This is, it's made from chicken proventriculus, the glandular stomach. This looks like it's from Japan to me. Cool. All right. Well, that's tough then. How about Indonesia? That's warm. Proben? It's like Central Asia. I guess I have to go China and then just see southeast of China. Southeast of China. Warm. Brunei? I have no idea. Thailand. Warm. The Philippines. Of course I would eat it, bro. Absolutely. I've eaten chicken stomach, chicken gizzard, chicken heart. It's all good. Unfortunately for the chicken, they made the animal very tasty. Just about every part of it, especially deep fried. Eggplant, tomatoes, garlic, eggs. This looks like Levantine to me. This looks like it could be from Lebanon, maybe. Just east of Lebanon. Fuck. Azerbaijan? Here's a Gassimi. Iran? We take those. I would yum it. They've earned it. They've earned automatic, I will try that dip status. Desiccated coconut, kind of crazy. I'm feeling like this has an Australian sort of vibe to it. Yeah. If it looks British, but I've never seen it before, it's probably Australian. That's what I've learned about snacks. We take those. And we lose to the average. Don't look at it. That's embarrassing. Tried Tim Tams for the first time. Holy. I've had Tim Tams before. I don't know. Me personally, to be honest with you, I don't know if I've ever had a prepackaged sweet where I've ever gone holy. And I'm not saying they're not good. Like when I eat an Oreo, I'm like, this is tasty. But I'm never like, this is blowing my mind with how good it tastes. I'm always like, yeah, I'll have 2 of those while I wait for dinner or whatever. What about Diet Coke? Drinks are different. You know what blew my mind? Finding out that people don't like getting soda on Thanksgiving. I don't think that they're serious people. Would you rather have a sweet treat that lasts like 10 minutes or a fun-sized sweet treat that lasts 2 seconds? So you just go, nom, 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 the end. Soda blows, brother. It's the tastiest beverage that's ever existed. We don't give out soda because I want to drink it myself. We give out the Halloween. We give out the candy. You said Thanksgiving. You know what I mean. It's hard because they're both in October here. No, we don't. Let me rephrase the bit. I only recently found out that people don't like getting soda on Halloween. I always thought when I was a kid, the Halloween equilibrium was pretty good, man. Like 85% of houses would give you prepackaged candy or potato chips. That's great. That's the baseline. And then like 10% of houses would give you some shit that they made themselves. This was back in the 90s, so it's a different world. And you would be like, I don't want that. I want the shit the factory made. So you would give that to your parents. And then like 5% of houses would give you like a ginger ale. But it was sick to have a drink with your snack, bro. Chips? Oh, they give out chips like crazy on Canadian Halloween, man. Candy and chocolate are number one. Chips are easily 25%. I would say 25 to 35% of houses are giving out chips or some variant on a salty snack. Also, fuck you. I see people in chat being like, that's gross. What do you, like, you don't want chips? I don't know what you're talking about. Like, this is, I don't even want to call it virtue signaling. It's like offensive to virtue signalers. You would be mad if someone gave you chips on Halloween. You're just not an honest person. I feel like you're not an objective thinker. I feel like you don't have a pure soul. They're going to get crushed? No, it's never happened. I don't know what to tell you. I ripped to the one dude trying to talk about NVIDIA stock who thinks he's on Atriox's channel right now when we're talking about some serious shit like candy on Halloween, okay? I'm sorry, it's just not the right place to be. It's just kind of crazy to be in the middle of this discussion to be like, God, NVIDIA stock is so crazy right now. That's sort of an insane time to be like, I'm going to put that comment in there. Oh, man. I love getting chips on Halloween. Because if I'm being honest, candy, prepackaged fun-size candy goes hard on Halloween. That's my pack one, pick one. Swedish berries, Sour Patch Kids, Fuzzy Peaches, stuff like that. Chocolate, huge variance, man. Getting a fun-size Hershey's Cookies and Cream, fun-size Reese's, fun-size Snickers bar, very nice. But when you get like the fun-size Aero, fun-size Smarties, fun-size, like just a Hershey bar or something like that, no, man, no. Not good. I would much rather have chips than that. The Aero's the best. It's literally, okay, you got mad at me for saying Powerade could be more expensive when you said it's just water. Aero, they're literally pumping air into the bar. They're taking out chocolate to put in air, and you're going, yum. Bend me over again. You're not good consumers. You don't consume like I consume. You don't know what you're talking about. You're hypocritical, cognitive dissonance, double standards. Probably that's the root cause of all the problems in your life. It's sad to me that it took me 1 second to identify and diagnose and attempt to fix it, and you've had your whole life and you haven't done shit about it. Madness. I'll go one step further. People have started giving out like veggie straws. People have started giving out crispy minis. Joke's on you, that shit is not healthy. I'll eat that shit. Absolutely no problem. Give me the veggie straws. You know they're not good for you? That's why I'm eating them on November 1st, bro. I did say da. I think my brain did not show up to the stream today. Good thing I didn't start with Road to Empress. That's why we need the warm-up. I had a neighbor who gave out apples. That is fucked. But the whole thing started, like, that's not good. You shouldn't be giving out fruit on Halloween. That's virtue signaling. Giving like a 5-year-old kid an apple on Halloween is basically like, you're saying you're better than their parents, basically. Not the apple stock, okay? We're not talking about stocks right now. That was in the Discord last night. First, we got to vote. Is currywurst. Wait, which one would I rather eat? Honestly, I would rather eat the currywurst because something about this sauce looks like it's made of microplastic. Chicken nachos. The thing is, though, I mean, I think the buffalo wings look passable. The nachos look horrible, but Scrandle is predominantly British people, and with, for once, no disrespect intended. They have a horrible radar for whether or not a nacho looks right. And I'm saying that as a Canadian. I would default to an American in does this nacho platter look tasty? But like versus a British person, I'm winning 10 times out of 10. This is not good nachos. The lettuce is weird. I don't even see any cheese. What's going on over here? It's like half folded over. Toppings aren't distributed to the corners. I'm going to resist doing the juice in the corners bit. I got to go buffalo wings on that one. Like, this should not be on 50%. Pizza looks bad. Give me the jerk chicken. Korean chicken for £1.15. It can't lose. It can't lose. Not even to a festive bowl. Chicken tinga tacos. They look all right. Yeah, I think they look all right. The pizza dog looks okay too, but I'm going to go with the chicken tinga taco. That stings. That stings me a little bit. This never wins. Honestly, this is my least favorite picture that shows up in Scrandle. because people trip over themselves to be like, who would pay 200 pounds for that? Nobody, bro. Get in line. The line to complain about the price of the Fan Village breakfast is 100 million people long. We don't need to have this discussion every time it comes up. Give me the chicken biryani and let's move on with our lives, okay? I don't even want to look at this. It's that. That's also, that doesn't look that bad. That should not be at 15%. Now, this is messed up because I think this might be, the pizza's cut bad, and that in and of itself is going to make people freak out. And then also it doesn't look that good. But this looks fake, but some people like fake shit on their hot dog. So I'm going to go with the fake hot. I'm not surprised this is 70%, even though it should be shocking. The pulled pork burger and hot dog, let me just say it. It looks disgusting. This is some colors that don't exist in the natural world, but this looks fucking gross. It looks amazing. No, it doesn't, man. It looks like a bun that is throwing up what it ate for lunch, okay? It does not look great. England, if you're here, I don't know, it might be 7:30 there. So I know that's a little bit late. You might still be on the tube. One of the benefits of a bun, either in a sausage context or in a burger context, is that it helps provide some structural integrity to the food. For some reason, I guess maybe they don't put a big emphasis in kindergarten on coloring like within the lines. The bun is not like fill it to a minimum here and whatever goes over is extra. That should be like a little bit going over will accept some tolerance, but it just being like fucking sprawling outside of the bun is crazy. And I've received the mandate of heaven. Cheese spätzle versus loaded fries. It hurts me to say, because like that looks, well, okay, let's be realistic. It looks bad, but I bet it tastes good because it's just cheese pasta, basically. It looks like it's bugs or like natto or something. But I bet it's good, but I think this is going to win. 91%, a little crazy, but I believe the kiwi pizza can beat the cup. The cup? I know the kiwi pizza can't win, but versus the cup? Versus the cup? I don't believe it, man. Even the cup runneth over, man. And not in a good way. Now we're talking. Funkified rapper Da Brat played Mariah Carey's BFF in what 2001 bomb? Phrasing. That's glitter. Trump's quickly dismissed September lawsuit against the New York Times contained 20 instances of what 10-letter word? Kofefi is only 7. I have no idea. I actually, journalism, defamation. It must be defamation. We weren't that far off, honestly. Chibli with 5 E's. Yeah. In 1941, Nestle swiped what product idea from what non-employee Ruth Wakefield? I guess I put too many whats in there. Nestle, Nesquik, chocolate milk. What if I told you Wakefield did all the baking for a Massachusetts B&B she'd co-founded? I have no idea. Called the Toll House Inn. Toll House cookie. Chocolate chips. Am I insane? I don't know. I feel like every single hint was impossible. I don't know if, I don't know. Can I say something? Can I just say one thing? And this is, Thrice, I'm not trying to reflect any shade on you. one of the reasons I like the 3-question format is because the first question can be about one domain of knowledge, the second one can be about a second domain, and the third one can be about a third domain. But every single one of these was basically about like Nestle stealing a product from a lady I'd never heard of who worked at a place that I've never heard of. So I feel like that we kind of, it was not a nice series of clues, I guess is what I'm trying to say. The Greek word for tissue is part of what nitrogenous compound that'll inflame your tissues really good? I have no idea. Your nerves start itching when they detect what chemical that also shuts down your breathing during an allergic attack. This one I should know, but I don't. Histamine. That makes more sense. There's nothing to take a man's freedom away from him. Save other men. So wrote what Russian American? Vanya from Honora. Libertarian swears up and down it's Ayn Rand. He didn't name his senator son for what admittedly value-aligned author. There we go. Couldn't think. Evgeny Nabokov? No, I think I think he might just be Russian. He might even be Belarusian. I don't know. He played for the Sharks. I wasn't fucking with much in the Western Conference back then. Medieval peasants discussing how they might be punished. I'd rather be in bonds than stocks right now. There's something pretty good about that, Hambuster. I'll give you that. That one's pretty good. I never really thought of that. Yeah, like a medieval peasant time traveler who gets scared when we start talking about stocks and bonds. I could see that. We're only like halfway through the dulls, man. Bro, by the way, not to cast aspersions on my mom. My mom keeps Kate, are you here? My mom keeps telling our daughter, because my daughter really likes Kirby. She keeps telling her granddaughter that Kirby existed when my mom was a kid. And I'm like, Mom, I haven't told her yet, but I'm like, Mom, no, he didn't. I think the first Kirby game probably came out in like 1986 or something like that. You were like 22, maybe. Kirby did not exist in the 1970s. But she said it like 3 or 4 times now. She keeps telling my daughter that Kirby existed when she was a kid. 22 is a kid now. 22 was not a kid in 1990. 22 was like you were middle-aged back then. Not in terms of like the length of your lifespan, like not in a long division context, but you had gray hair and like diminished lung function by then. You were flying sorties in Kuwait. Yeah. Now you're DMing shorties on... Wait, let me think about this for a second. I got to think about it. On Chatterbait. Can you DM on Chatterbait? Isn't that the one where you just click a button and then your webcams are connected? No? That's Omegle. That's Omegle. That was Chat Roulette. I think I've had Chat Roulette and Chatterbait confused for a while. Which one is... Wait, there's one where you used to just be linked to chat with a random person. Excuse me, I have not been talking mad shit about my mom. I literally just said she's eaten maybe a few too many soups, and she's wrong about Kirby. Okay? That's not drama. Her soup coefficient is just too high. Whatever, I'm going to sort these movies. Sort these movie monsters by the release date of their debut movie. Let's be real. King Kong is like 1930. And then Godzilla is like the 50s, maybe the very early 60s. Mike Wazowski is 2001. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is 1985. Chucky the Doll, I feel like Chucky is post Ghostbusters, but that's tight. And then this is, their recently release date of their debut movie. Did the TV show, come out before Ghostbusters? I have no idea. I feel like it didn't, because like in my head, I know what TV looked like roughly around this time. And the TV movie is too high def. Or maybe the color grading was just like too good. Because it does not look like a TV show. It looks like a fucking movie. I'm doing that. I knew, well, obviously it would be here. So what was my original hunch was that it's that maybe. Chucky's 88, Pennywise 86, Ghostbusters 84. That's hard, man. That's really hard. Those are really close. Chat wrong again. I don't know why people were trying to say the It movie was from the 1990s. It was not from the 1990s, bro. That would have scared the shit out of me. The TV movie came out in 1990. Well, the first movie came out in 1986. Sorry. The It movie came out in 1990. The book came out in 1986. The card says Moops, okay? I don't know what you want me to tell you. The card says Moops. Which has more access to parks? Wisconsin. Higher percentage of cheap rent. I'm going to say Iowa. Which voted for Biden more? On basic principles, you would say California over South Carolina, and that's the principle I'm going to stick with. Wrong, bro. Wrong. Not Bakersfield? I don't know anything about Bakersfield, to be honest. More hours of sun per day? I'm going to say the equator. Clearly, I don't know anything. Clearly, I don't know shit, okay? That was tough, man. I mean, the Canadian one was easy, but they have hounds there? Bro, that's Baskerville. You got Bakersfield and Baskerville confused. Bakersville is famously red. You can't just say famously to someone who's not from your country. That's like, there's some shit in the USA that's famous, for sure. But like Bakersfield being famously red, it's not, that might be famous like within California, but it hasn't made it across the border yet. Yeah, plus in my country, red means liberal, man. You got me all confused. That's why I thought they voted for Joe Biden. Hit us with a Canadian famously. Oh, I'd have to think about it. Joe Sakic famously from Burnaby or some shit like that. Also, when my friend who is not involved in Twitch started hitting me up about Twitch drama today, I parried and reposted him, I have to say. Because I said, you think that's crazy? What do you think about the premiers banding together to try to get the federal government to rescind their lawsuit with respect to the notwithstanding clause? I hit him with the Globe and Mail reader question of the day, man. What do you think? What do you think about the premiers banding together to try to get Ottawa to stop restricting the use of the notwithstanding clause? What do you think about it? I didn't read the article, to be honest with you. But I did, can I tell you, and this is real, I saw a headline in the Globe and Mail app that said, despite being under financial pressures, many people in Gen Z spend thousands of dollars a year on food delivery services, and I did not click it. I didn't click it because fuck the newspaper and fuck the person that wrote it. They will not divide us. Now on an individual level, do I think that they could do something to save money? Yes, but it's distracting from the bigger issue. It's just a macro version of somebody being like, can you believe this shit cost me $112 at the grocery store? And then there's pre-cut fruit. And everyone goes, well, there's your problem. You bought pre-cut fruit. If you buy your own fucking pineapple and then cut it up yourself, you could have saved $3. And then you would have a defense, but you don't have a defense right now. It's the same thing. Gen Z has different problems. They have it financially harder than people in my generation and the generations before me. And to just say that, oh, well, they have problems, but they're also, look at this. 8 people are spending 10 grand a year on Uber Eats, distracts from the actual conditions that are causing this and makes it seem like it's all an element of personal responsibility, bro. And honestly, if you were fucking 22 and buying a house was like 70 times your annual income, you might be like, fuck it, I'm going to pay $23 for Swiss Chalet on DoorDash tonight because I'm not going to get any real estate anyway. You're not looking at it within the context of everything else, man. You think you fell out of a coconut tree. You don't realize you exist in the context of all that came before you. So I will not be reading that article, but I'm also not going to cancel my Globe and Mail subscription because it keeps me tethered to normalcy. British female tennis players of Chinese descent, who are also Romanian and Canadian. They've won a Grand Slam. They've won a Grand Slam. They're an order of the British Empire. Chad, I know a little bit about tennis, and I have no idea. Are you Emma Raducanu? You fucking are. Who I always get confused with Bianca Andreescu, who I think is also Canadian of Romanian descent, like this, and is probably born around the same time. Automobile advertising characters. It's the Michelin Man, bro. The Michelin Man is 131 years old. That's fucking crazy. Bibendum. Bibendum. Anonymous works. Persian mythology. The Epic of Gilgamesh. No. Sinbad the Sailor and Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. It's not the Epic of Gilgamesh. 1787 essays, United States documents. It's the essay collections. It's the Federalist Papers. I know this one. At first I was going to say Common Sense by Thomas Paine, but how do you know that shit? I've seen Hamilton like 5 times. And this, they talk about this in what is, in my opinion, the best part of Hamilton, which is Nonstop, the song that is the capstone to Act 1, where they rework all the fucking themes from Act 1, like all the motifs and the themes and the melodies, and it's almost a medley, and it carries you from the end of the Revolutionary War to the arrival of Thomas Jefferson. Anyway. 1940s experimental aircraft. Chuck Yeager. Is this the Bluebird? Is this the SR-71 Bluebird? It's the Bell X-1. I don't know shit about that, to be honest with you. I have no idea. 4th century Christian texts in Latin. Religious autobiographies by Augustine of Hippo. Paul. That's Confessions. Isn't that by Usher? No, he did Confessions Part 2, right? About +2 you, Tyson, as well. That's Confessions Part 2. Damn, I didn't realize, man. They were waiting like 1,600 years for Confessions Part 2. That's crazy. 2010's American Black Comedy Television Series. 2010's American 2020's Legal Dramas. 2022 American Television Series Endings. AMC Television Dramas. It's Better Call Saul! Do, Gendai Budo, grappling. Sports in Japan is judo. I say you know your judo well. 2001 Canadian novels, fantasy novels. What? The Life of Pi? The Life of Pi is Canadian? Canadian philosophical novel by Yann Martel, published in 2001. I didn't know The Life of Pi was Canadian, man. I always assumed it was American. 604 record singles, 2011 singles, bubblegum pop, Canadian dance pop song. It's a very Canadian one today. This is obviously Call Me Maybe. We got 7 today. That's, for me, that's good. They were well within my domain here, which I appreciate. Confessions is crazy, man. It is crazy that he wants to put tariffs on foreign films, bro. Like Canadian cinema doesn't have it bad enough. We basically got the guy who directs the Resident Evil movies and then like Guy Madden. They want to tariff the foreign movies from Canada? What the hell, dude? Denis Villeneuve? He's simply Canadian. The movies are not. I'm pretty sure Dune is from outer space, man. Yeah, we have the good Paul Anderson, exactly. Yeah. No, the good one. The one he's been doing great work since the 90s. He puts the same actors and actresses in a lot of his movies. You know the one. He did 7 or 8 Resident Evils. W. Anderson. Yes, W.S. Anderson. W movie. Is Weapons Canadian? Only if you're talking to Matthew Good. That's like a 93-degree angle. That's a 96-degree angle. It's a 98-degree angle. It's a 99-degree angle. They wouldn't give you 100 wouldn't look like that. 100 wouldn't look like that. A 100 would look different. Yeah, it would look more even. Ryan Reynolds, Ellen DeGeneres, Donald Trump diss track? I hope so. Did anyone say that? Watch this. Fuck. I still think it can make it, bro. That's the type of shot I was trying to line up. That's worth 2 strokes right there. This one, I think you got to slow play. Be gentle. 2 strokes this time. Quack, quack. Quack 2 a real smooth. This could be crazy. Guys, I'm on a different level right now. That was really bad. That was all right. I'm gonna take my checkpoint. Please cleanse yourself from the Hawk Tua jokes. It's funny though, guys. I'm doing some shit that they didn't think could be done. Oh. All right, I can live with it. That was a really good performance today. Top fucking 5%, man. This is one of the easier ones. Yeah. That's why it's amazing that everyone did so well and I'm still in the top 5%. It's more impressive to do well on something that's easy than something that's hard. Because if something's hard, just by completing it, they're like, oh my God, you're amazing. But if something's easy, you have to basically do it perfectly. Otherwise, people will be like, yeah, everybody can do that. Oh, here we go. Spain and France's and Italy's earliest hairy humanoid. I feel like you take the first 3 letters, earliest is our indicator, and then, so SFI, let's see. Spain and France are translation indicators. They tell us to translate a neighboring word. So French end is et. What is no, is it? Yeah. What is it in Spain? E? And then earliest Yeti! It's Yeti, bro. Y for Spain, ET for France, I for Italy. One under par. I needed a little assistance to get over the line. Don't get me wrong. I didn't realize you had to be trilingual to do minute cryptic. Don't call it unfathomably easy. That's absurd. Even the easiest minute cryptic is pretty hard, man. That's still pretty hard. There's no new critical. Oh, there is. Sorry. I bookmarked the wrong critical. 1 second. I have to delete this critical. And then I have to go back to Cine to Nerdle, and I got to Control D, add it to the bookmark bar, and then I got to click on critical. Okay. 1 Letterboxd review, 4 stars. The original toxic fandom. I can't think of what it is off the bat. I'm going to need 5 stars and a heart. I think Eminem wrote a song about this. Upon revisiting this movie, I've rediscovered just how powerful of a performance Blank had. I'd argue it's one of the greatest films that came out during the 90s. Let me see another 5-star review. My favorite Stephen King adaptation. Okay. The Green Mile? Why would that be the original toxic fandom, though? Stephen King, 1990s. I don't think Eminem wrote a song about the Green Mile, man. I might need one more review. They've removed the letter N from their review. Am I stupid? Fangirling gone wild. Is it Misery? It is okay. Yeah, I was stupid. Oh, it's Misery. Kathy Bates deserved to win the Emmy. It's not Emmy, doesn't really make sense, but we take that. Oh, the treachery. Every single person wants my enemy. It's an 8 Mile joke. Isn't this like Mouth's favorite movie? Doesn't make sense as a fandom, though. It's just one lady. I thought I had something pithy to say there, but I don't.